Hey guys, Travis here, Rexandsons RVs, Wilmington, North Carolina. This is one of our Winnebago Class C's. It's 24 total feet in length. I'm going to show you how to use it. First of all, we'll start right here at the entry door. The little round key fits the door handle, and the bigger black key fits the deadbolt. Then as you walk around to the side on this model, it does have side cameras. This is where they're located at. So whenever you activate your turn signals, you'll see down the side of the coach there'll be no blind spots. Up here in the front in the hood, this is a 4V10 engine. We'll come around to the other side here. You'll see the other cameras there. Now right here, this is where the generator is. So whenever you would like to run the roof air condition or any like the microwave, for example, or some receptacles, you would need to, while you're in transit, or if you're dry camping, then you'll need to turn on the generator, and you can turn it on from inside. But there is a reset circuit breaker on it, which is right here. My finger's on it right here beside the start-stop switch. Engaged is out towards you. If it was tripped, it would be inward towards the coach. This model also has an inverter, so if you just wanted to simply watch TVs or DVDs, you could do that on both the front TV and the rear TV. I'll show you that inside. Right here is just where the propane cylinder is. If anybody says, you know, no propane use, or if you're going through a tunnel with no propane use, turn it off here. Also, we get refilled right here at an authorized filling station. That's the water heater. So cable input is right here. A lot of campgrounds have part cable, so you'll hook your coax cable in right here. City water fill. This is where you'll hook up your freshwater drinking hose when you get hooked up at the campsite. You'll have direct city water pressure then. If you want to fill up the portable water tank, you'll fill it up with tank fill here. The incoming water will fill up your freshwater tank, so you can turn on your 12-volt demand pump. That'll bring your water pressure up while you're traveling, or if you're boondocking somewhere with no hookups. You fill up with fuel right here. This model has a 55-gallon fuel tank. Regular 87 fuel is just fine. Make sure you bring back the gas tank top back off. And the power cord is right here. So it's a 25-foot power cord. It's 30 amps, 110 volt. We do have the different adapters there if you need to adapt it down to 15 amps, like an extension cord. Won't run the air condition, but it will keep the refrigerator on, keep the coach batteries charged up. And also you do have to keep it plugged into, you'll see there's a receptacle right inside here. It's always going to be plugged into that receptacle when you're traveling. So it'll, when you turn on the generator, it'll produce power on demand. Or when you get to your campsite, then you'll hook in. Now, the black tank flush is just a convenient feature so that you can wash out the black water tank before leaving the campsite. In this big compartment right here, here's where this is a surge protector. You'll plug in the shore power, plug this into the power pole, plug that shore power into it. You also see different electrical adapters here. Here we have your coax cables for cable television, your whitewater freshwater drinking hose here. And then there's also a few blocks, a few leveling blocks in here, so that if the campsite you go to happens to be unlevel, then you'll just ramp up that low side on the blocks. Just stack them up like Legos and just pull them right up. Engage the parking brake, set up camp. Right here, this is a support for your sewer hose. We have the sewer hose located on this one in the bumper here. So this is where you see these claws. This will hook up right here, just like the water termination cap. You'll just unhook it. You'll hook your water hose up to it, or your sewer hose up to it. This will extend out down to the dump station at the campsite. This will just keep that gravity fill, just supports your hose. And then you have pull handles. You have the black water tank here. I've got my hand on it here, so pull cable. And that'll drain the toilet tank. And then the gray tank, which is right here, that'll drain the used sinks and shower water inside. Just do that at the end of your stay on a short weekend. You also have a monitor panel inside. It'll tell you how full it is. We're out to the back here. It does have a hitch, so if you'd like to bring a bike rack or cargo carrying rack on the back, you can. Rental department doesn't allow any towing on this model. Let's come around to the canopy side here, the patio side. The awning is just a sunshade, so don't leave it out if it's raining more than just a little sprinkle, light rain. Go ahead and bring it inside. Also, if it's very windy, go ahead and bring the awning in. The wind will rip it right off, and then you can't get it down the road to return it. There's another little storage compartment right here. This is a cable output if you'd like to bring a TV and watch TV outside, or if you'd like to bring a fan, plug it in, keep the bugs off of you while you're sitting outside underneath the awning, you can. I want to show you inside here. On the awning, how to extend and retract it. Take a look right inside here. These are the awning lights. This is the awning in and out. And the coach battery, you'll leave this on the entire trip. Also notice up here your lights, one's for a porch light outside, one's for the overhead entry lights inside. A GFI receptacle reset right here. As you come inside, fire extinguishers right by the entry door. And take a look up here in the kitchen area. I call this the command center here. So notice there is an inverter control on this model, on this Winnebago. You just push and hold it till you see the little green light light up. Then you can activate your TVs, also the DVD. So if you would not like to run the generator while traveling, the non-drivers could still watch a movie while going down the road. We do not need that on when we get hooked into shore power. Your freshwater pump, this is how we can get water up out of the freshwater tank when we're not hooked up at a campsite. You do not need that on whenever you hook up the freshwater drinking hose. This is the water heater. Just turn that on once you get set up at camp. And in about 10 minutes, you'll have hot water. As you see, the levels test. This is the monitor panel I was talking about outside, which tells you the status of the black water tank. That's the toilet. As it fills up, empty, 1/3, 2/3 full, it'll give you an indication. Same with the gray. That's the dirty sinks and shower water once it goes down the drain. And your fresh water tank is full. We ask for the black and the gray tanks to be drained before returning to Rex and Sons RVs. This is your propane status here. You do not have to top that back off. We will take care of that here at the dealership. This is the coach battery status. So starting the generator on a cold start, you'll just push and hold stop button down just for about maybe 5 seconds. That'll just prime up that small gasoline engine. Push and hold start till it turns over. If it doesn't, after about 10 seconds, then release and repeat. So as you notice, the air conditioning came back on, and all the other receptacles and appliances will work at this time. Here's climate control. Just set it on cool. Set it at a temperature you'd like to set it at, and if you want the fan to cut on and off with the compressor, just set it on auto. If you like the fan to just keep running all the time, just leave it on or off, similar to residential. Then there's just fan, there's off, and if you need to use the heater, then just turn it, same thing on heat. That's a 12-volt propane appliance there. So you don't need the generator on, you do not have to be plugged into shore power for that as well. On the stovetop here, just turn one of the eyes on. It does have a spark here. Always clockwise. On the oven, you would need to push and manually light it with a lighter striker. Make sure that the top's not hot before bringing it back over to the backsplash. Exhaust fan, light switch, regular microwave stuff here. The refrigerator we have set in the on position. Just simply push the mode into auto, and it's always going to work on electric if available. If electricity is not available, it will switch over to 12-volt propane. You don't have to switch any buttons over. Now on the Winnebago model. You do have to have the ignition key turned on and have the parking brake engaged. That's the third pedal on the left to operate the slide out. Rear slide out back here, as you'll notice where the up above, you can activate the bed slide to go out. This model is a 22M Winnebago, 22M Class C model. Make sure the slide goes all the way out or all the way in, and then you can just flip over the cushions here. There we go. And then you can go ahead and set up camp. You do have USBs and 12-volt outputs and a receptacle on the side of the bed. In the bathroom, it is a foot flush on the toilet, so on the right hand side as you're forward facing, just push and that's how you'll drain the toilet. Anytime you drain the tanks outside, you'll want to drop another chemical down into the toilet tank so it'll be ready to use again. Also, only use biodegradable toilet paper in the toilet. And in the shower, it does have a travel lock here, so just on and off, and it does have exhaust fan up here also, so you can get that moisture out of here. If you need to make the U-shaped table down into a bed, this model will just loosen up the little knob underneath, so the top will come off, and just watch your legs, because sometimes they'll stick or sometimes it'll fall. You can just get the pole out of the way for now, or you can stow it up top. This will make down, set on the braces here, and then you can fill the middle right here, extra pieces right here to make into a nice sized pallet. If you need the extra room, once you get set up, for camp, you can just move the corner pieces out of the way. 1, 2, 3 seat belts here in this model. Also extra sleeping quarters up top. Does have the queen size bed. You'll just bring the centerpiece over, and then it does have the ladder here, so you can negotiate getting up top. So for travel, just push and hold the stop button to turn off the generator. Up in the cab area, this is a Ford van right here, so standard Ford cruise control here, turn signals on the left hand stick there, windshield wipers also on that left stick. You have your gas gauge here, speedometer here, your trip miles counter are right here. You have your standard dash climate control, 12-volt outputs here, the radio will Bluetooth up to your phone as well, electric locks and windows, and the side mirrors are electronic on the top, but the bottom portions are manual, so you just have to adjust those manually. And also on the keys, the Ford key will also activate or unlock the chassis doors as well. And you do have a rear cam. Once you go when you go into reverse, then the back camera will cut on as soon as you go into reverse, but it won't stay on all the time while you're traveling, just so it doesn't distract the driver. Also, when you're changing lanes, when you activate that turn signal, you can glance at the monitor panel here. After you complete the turn, it'll default back to your audio, and that's how to use this 22M Winnebago Class C from the Rexandsons RVs rental department. So click online, rexandsonsrvs.com. Slide on by here and see us in Wilmington on College Road, or just give us a call. And we'd like to help you enjoy life's journey, Rex and Sons RVs.